It seems that as you play Solo Leveling Arise, more offers are going to start showing up for you, which is pretty unfortunate for a lot of players, but thankfully it doesn't appear that they are in some sort of bombarding way. You know, when you go to the story mode, sometimes you are greeted with offers, and that was something that wasn't in the game prior to the global launch, and now here's another thing here. Also, I'm having some different performance issues. I think if you happen to be having performance issues, go back to your graphic settings and change them, because pretty much every time this game updates, it just resets whatever changes you had there. Anyway, so a new system is here, and this is the choice shop, or the randomized, what was it called here? What was it called? System shop here. So the way that this works, from what I can tell, is as you play the game, it will randomly show you offers related to things that you may or may not need. It didn't pop these up. I kind of just saw this when I came back to the home screen. But these are all things that are tied in at certain periods of time. They'll drop as available for you. But they're tied into things that I was doing. Weapon limit break materials. I was just weapon limit breaking. And that's kind of something else there. I'm also pretty much out of weapon enhancement materials because wouldn't you know it. And they also spawned a cheap offer for those two for a couple of bucks. So that's something new that's in the game that they're offering. They also do have some more higher rarity ones, I'd like to say. So first and foremost, I think this is a no-brainer here. If you spend anything on the game, if you don't, then it is, right? But if you do spend money, this is a no-brainer to get the 2 pulls for $1 there. And then down here, they do have skill rune chests and blessing stone chance chests. So, all right. That would be the first time I've ever got a gold one of these, because I don't. These are typically only in those story completion shop things or whatever. They're not really available like that. So let me see where it's trying to send me here. Okay, so they actually have runestone packs here now. Okay, this wasn't here not too long ago, at least not from what I saw. Anyway, so they have those now. That's a thing you can do if you wanted to do that. I don't know that that's necessarily the craziest deal or particularly worth it, but for whales, this is a no-brainer, obviously. And then we have a $5 offer here for skill runes, and the rates on these. The good thing is that the boxes that are gold obviously have the best chance for a legendary rune. But, I mean, you're only getting one, so you'd have to get crazy lucky for that to be something successful for you. So, I don't know. It's kind of iffy. But regardless, though, this is a new system that I'm sure a lot of players aren't really going to love because, they're just going to be annoyed with the fact there's more monetization in the game, which is an understandable thing to be upset about. But for anybody that is interested, I would like to say that I will sometimes maybe pick up some things here. Maybe you will as well. I think that, like I said, this is a no-brainer. I think the idea for this is, again, a lot of games have a system where as you wind up running out of resources, they spawn an offer for you, right? And so that's kind of what this seems to be. I'm sure there are probably also other offers that I'm not seeing, other better offers potentially that I'm not seeing, things like that. They also are on a timer, right? So there's a couple hours here. All this stuff will expire within a few hours. Again, not surprising. They're going to try to get you with FOMO here, put the onus on you to make that purchase sometime soon. And not wait on it, right? That's the point. That's also why they're kind of cheaper here, a couple dollars, $1 for the other one, $5 for something. That's kind of why they're again, your value on how much you consider to be cheap is up to you individually. But that's kind of what they're doing here. And like I said, it's not terribly surprising. It's just kind of interesting because I don't necessarily think that they need to do gimmicks like that for this game. I think this game should be performing extremely well right now. I haven't looked into their revenues on Sensor Tower or anything like that, even though that, by the way, is not extremely accurate. In fact, a lot of times the numbers you see on Sensor Tower are far lower than what they pulled in, by the way. Anyway, so I haven't looked into any sort of numbers or anything like that, but I'm sure it is doing well in terms of I know that it is in terms of all the downloads and stuff, but they also have gone out of their way in the last few updates to add in more and more options for monetization, which, again, I am a spending player, but I just want to kind of just circle this in for you. They added in these costumes. These were not here prior to global launch, and they're pretty cool, but they're pay only. They're pay exclusive, at least for now. I don't know if in a couple of months they'll release an event where you can get this for free or something like that. I don't know, right? Maybe they will, maybe they won't. We'll see what happens. It's the first for everything, so we don't know. But they've added this in as another layer of monetization on top of just obviously their regular offers. They've also gone out of their way to improve the bonus tiers. This is something that's also Also, there's another thing here, Parade, they just added, right? What the hell is Parade? What the hell? They added another one. They added another one. Okay. Buy the previous tier first. Oh, it's a step up, another step up tier system. So you get this for free, you get the second one for free, then you keep going and it keeps giving you stuff. There's a $1 offer there for that one, then the next one is free. And then as you get through these, you'll also get these here. I was going to say on the bonus shop, excuse me, just the regular bonus shop, they had really spiked the value of these tiers here. And they're also being pretty slick with this because you can only make 3 purchases a day. So it makes you have to come back every single day and get your purchases in, especially if you're interested in getting the things further on here. Like I really want the 30 here for Thetis Grimoire. This just reset. The last 30 was for Plum Sword. I did push for that. I made 2 $1 transactions a day, and sometimes I would get like a really cheap, like $3 offer or something like that, and that pushed me there. So in the grand scheme of things, all the resources, I would consider that to be worth it, but ultimately they're trying to be very slick with saying, hey, you're going to come back daily, you're going to give us a couple dollars daily, things like that. They're trying to do that. And so this was something that was in the game prior to global launch because I had been playing for early access since March. It was in the game, but it wasn't as OD as it is now. Costumes were simply not in the game. Costumes were added as part of the global launch period as well. They just added the parade thing with this update. So my point is that they keep on adding new things that are purchase based, right? And then also on the global launch, another thing that they added is when you're completing story missions, it'll pop up and say, hey, here's an offer that you should buy, right? That was another thing that wasn't in there for global launch or prior to global launch either. And so with that, they've also added in other things in here too, like these separate tiers. The double up here wasn't here before, things like that. So they've added in a bunch of new stuff in terms of just overall offers all over the place, which is not surprising given that the game just launched. They also added in this thing too, which is a really weird gimmicky system, because they also added another subscription, a third subscription. They already had 2. They added a third subscription, which is $10 a month. And so with this is tied into that. And so I guess the way it works is you get this system here is separate. You get to do a bunch of multis and you get to see which one you want, and you get to keep the results of that individual multi. And then if you get the subscription that, it resets every month or whatever, if you get that subscription, you'll get to choose one of these SSRs for free. If you've already got the subscription, this will reset mid-month and it'll allow you to do this again. But what will happen is it'll say, buy for this. You get to choose what you want. But if I were to try to buy this or get this, it would make me buy another ticket for $20. Like $22 or something like that. I'm outside of that period because, of course, there's also only a couple day period on that. So you have to decide pretty quickly if you want to get the characters or not. So I think that's everything. Like I said, there's also that other separate $10 thing that works with that in conjunction with that. Sometimes, not always. It's just kind of weird. And also, it's just really laggy for me. But yeah, they've gone out of their way to just spike monetization. And they added in some new stuff that I'm sure they have offers for in here somewhere, like the gem feature or whatever. So it's just kind of interesting to see what they're doing, considering that, what it is that it's Netmarble. I think that's what a lot of people are just going to chalk this up to, is that it's Netmarble and they typically do this a lot, right? It's just, I don't know. I think that there's a lot of monetization in the game, but I do want to make sure that people are aware that, I should have said this earlier, for the most part, you can still get pretty much anything you want in this game for free. It's just that the incentives are there to spend money, which is not, for the billionth time, a surprise. That's what a gacha game is designed to do, right? So what do you guys think about this? How do you guys feel about it? Is it controversial? Do you care? Do you not care? Does it impact you in any way? Does it not? What do you think? It's one of those rich get richer things, but I also want to say, like I said, the baseline for this game is very nice because there is a lot of free resources and things like that they offer for the players as well. So it's a lot of give and take, right? So what do you guys think? Hope you all enjoyed, and I will see you all next time.